Sagittarius, Adrian from um, AHN Great Life. I haven't said that in a while. That's sort of like my brand. The psychic tarot reader here. Let's say something's up with your energy. Guys. Yeah! Yo. Something's up with your energy. Alright? Some of you saw yesterday that I did your reading. And then for some reason the thing just got stuck and it just went on forever, like zoom. But but in good news, I had an interview yesterday and I got a job. Online tarot reader, life coach. Big surprise there. All right, I hope that you're doing okay. Reading general 8 till 14 May. Take it as it resonates. And you know what, Serge? Now, thank you, Ralston. You know what? Now, I think that there's just something. I'm a Sagittarius rising, so new things. I start very much like a Sagittarius, and so I am recovering at the moment from what I think is COVID. I didn't go to the doctor because there's no way, or those clinics where you pay like an insane amount of money for somebody to punch like a stick down your nose. It's never gonna happen. Never. All right. So, but it was really, really sucky. But, even now when I started your reading, somehow there was a delay and I had to try a couple of times. So I feel that for some of you, you're feeling super stuck. Ralston knows me personally, says I'm stubborn. Committed to my choices. All right, recent past, Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups, and the Hierophant. All right, so Knight is in that space of like sort of taking action, kind of going, a little bit of 2 steps forward, 2 steps backwards, or not necessarily moving forward or not necessarily moving backwards either, but there's a lot of motion in the space in between, and there's a lot of motion in my life at the moment. Not necessarily positive, not necessarily negative. So some of you might come from that space where it does feel sort of like, you're not sure if you are winning or losing at the moment, or if you are losing or winning. It's like it feels very frustrating. However, what I do feel that for many of you, there is a space moving forward, but what many of you are having, it's one of those things in life. And first of all, before I say this, I want you to know that this is normal. It's those things in life that when you start something new, you go to a new place, you start a new business, you start a new relationship, new whatever. There's this little voice, demon, angel, reminder, whatever in your head that says, but that's not who you are. It tries to keep on bringing you back to what's familiar and what you know, and without realizing it, we sometimes hold on to the past. And so I feel that for many of you, there's a space of being ready to move forward, like with your emotions. There's ready to move forward in a connection with someone else. There's ready to maybe move forward to be in a connection with someone, ready to move forward to be happy in life, to have your dreams fulfilled, all of those type of things. But change can be challenging sometimes. There with the Hierophant, where we see that we're heading in the right direction, but we make all these excuses, all of them rubbish, but they really resonate as truth for you. All right, let's see. So that is sort of like the recent past. Some of you may have made a bit of a sudden turnaround. Remember when I say recent past, it's sort of like what brought you towards where you are. So this doesn't have to be something that happened 15 years ago. It could be something that happened 15 minutes ago. All right. But there was a huge turnaround point there for some of you that happened, because for some of you it's like you had, I can almost call it wishful thinking, like you had what you wanted, but or you knew what you wanted and you were heading towards what you wanted, but there was also that space that was holding on to sort of like what is safe and what is familiar, and those type of things, and we don't always know that we're doing it, but boom, big light went on here for you in your current space. Page of Pentacles, the devil in the world. Some of you realize what you are doing. You're in that space, and you know what, now I'm even going to share this with you, even within myself. Today, this morning, I woke up, I felt super crap, like super crap, phlegm all over the place. And I said, today I'm just going to lay in bed. I'm just going to feel sorry for myself. I ain't going to do nothing else. And I made the biggest realization ever. I realized that I'm lonely. And I didn't realize that I'm lonely because I wanted to do a whole lot of other stuff in my life first. And I've done all those things. And I realized that I'm lonely. And I realized that even though I help so many other people, that I still have a lot of people pleasing going on in my own life as well. So I did a beautiful, huge ceremony that I let release all of the past, all of the crap from my childhood and all the toxic things that happened to me and everything they did to me. I let all that stuff go. Candles, tears. And so now you got to picture yourself this. So I've got all of the snot at the moment, and I'm crying on top of it, so it's additional snot. You know? But it's such a good release because when you let the past go, you really do make space for the new. And what was really incredible for me, you're gonna find you may find this very funny, but for years and years and years, I used to be incessantly jealous of people that are able to cry when they are emotional and stuff like that. And even up until recently, I would have that little bit of a gurk, 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 because no matter how low I felt, last year was such a horrible year. In the lines of, it was a positive year, but there were many challenges. But I could never cry, no matter how low I was. And sometimes you just gotta cry all of that out. You just gotta give yourself that. And there's a space of that release, and you might want to do some sort of release ceremony to bring that cycle to an end so new things can come into your life. New happiness, new love, new home, new money, new opportunities, new everything, all the good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Let's look and see what is heading your way. Alrighty? What is heading your way? Beautiful Sag. Like nothing gets you all under. That's what I love about you. But people sometimes don't realize that, sometimes you also need at least the possibility of, and sometimes I get a lisp with this, a shoulder to cry on. I got it, aced it. So you got the Ten of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Eight of Cups. All right. Yeah, more releases going forward, freedom from the past. I feel for many of you, there's a beautiful space here of growing something beautiful with someone else. Now, I gotta tell you, if romance, if that's what you're open to, then open your heart to that. But I feel this being on all levels, really, and going to a much better space within yourself. Some of you, it's literally like you've got this much more like expanded sort of opinion of yourself that you are getting. And oh, is it good? Alrighty. Right, so let's look there in the recent past. Let's clarify that recent past. So we're clarifying that Knight of Wands, that Knight of Cups, and that Hierophant. That is the things where, so sorry, just something to add there to that recent part before we clarify it. So, a lot of times in order to get the happiness, in order to get the partnership and all of those type of things in life that we want, and all the things that are worthy of fireworks and whatever, birthday cakes and champagne and so forth, you need to first realize the need. So some of you realize that need like nobody's business. And when you begin to realize that, that's also when you start to create the possibility for you to have what you want to have. All right, let's look and clarify. So the Lover's energy, the Three of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. Ha! So yourself, the universe, life spoke pretty loud to some of you over there. All right, pretty loud. And it said, do you want things to go on the way that they've been going on? Do you want to recreate the same life? Is this how you want to carry on? Do you want to just justify things? Do you want to say, it's all right, my moment will come? Or do you want to claim that moment? And I feel that for many of you, you claim that moment. And if you haven't claimed your moment yet, now is the time to claim it, to say, this is what I want. And I think the thing to realize a lot of times is that just because you claim what you want doesn't mean that anybody else has to be disadvantaged by that. Because we've got that idea, that if I get what I want, it might mean that other people are disadvantaged by that. It doesn't have to be that way. All right, let's look at your current space. We've got the Hierophant again, so we got the Hierophant twice. So you see that new beginning, it carried into your current space. Remember, I was speaking about the continuation of energy. Then you got the Four of Swords, and you also got the Page of Pentacles. Okay, super awesome stuff, by the way. So for many of you, this is a space where I feel that it's almost like you're at that space where you're about to chicken out, and chicken out in the sense that I don't feel chicken out in the sense of saying, well, I'd like love, but I don't really deserve it. This is more like, well, I would like it, but I can't because and because and because. If only, and so forth. Some of you are taking all of those if onlys, like turning it into a nice little bunch, and you are throwing it way through the air. I feel that you are claiming your space, you are claiming your prosperity, and this is a time for you to be claiming your heart's desires. All right, this is a time for you to claim what you want. All right. Life is saying, do you want it? You can have it, but you got to claim it. Okay. By the way, that sort of came out pretty strong in your reading yesterday as well. That was the reading that was a big booby trap. But I can see now why that happened as well, because this is super on point. 4 cards came out for what's heading your way. You got the Queen of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. And you also got the King of Swords and the Knight of Wands. You see there, you got that Knight of Wands there from the recent past, and it's going forward. So some of you have made some changes, you made some moves, and I feel that for some of you, you feel that the changes you made were incorrect changes. You went into the space where you thought to yourself, oh, bollocks, did I make a mistake? No, you didn't. You didn't. Maybe you just needed a little time, Sagittarius, there to align. But I feel you're going to pretty much very good things, going forward. So very, very nice. But it's you gotta give yourself that permission to actually be happy in a sense, almost. All right, let's see what the universe has got for you, Sag. What's the universe got for Sag? Oh my goodness, my bad singing voice is back. What's the universe got for Sag? No, my bad singing voice is back. So more 8 of Cups, 2 of Cups, the Magician. You can make this work, Sagittarius. You can make it work. 8 of Cups, 2 of Cups, the Magician. You are stepping out of that space of limitation and you're saying, I'm not going to do that anymore. Things coming together, contracts, love, heart's desires, dreams. You're creating magic going forward, Sagittarius. This is good stuff for you all the way. Wishing you all the best. Hope that helps. See you next time.